about to resume, your heart is already beating like Anthony Joshua's punches. You are scared. Where will you get 100,000 naira for school fees? Your salary is just 80,000 naira. The side business you started has not kicked off. What are you going to do? You have 3 children in private schools. What are you going to do? Don't worry, mom. Just keep watching. I have solution to your problem. Hi guys, it's Nemyinspired and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be giving a very interesting topic. Schools are going to resume fully next week in most states. Some other states have started already. So today I'm going to be talking about why you should consider public schools for your children. Most times in Nigeria, we look at public schools as schools for, in fact, people that the world has fallen on their head, people that don't have any other option. But it should not be like that. Public schools, there are good public schools. But before I go further, just click on that subscribe button, like this video so that you can encourage me to make more interesting videos. Okay, so one thing I would like to say is that public schools, we know that there are many substandard public schools, but not all. There are so many public schools that are giving value. So it should be an option to you. You should consider public school, number one, if you are a low-income earner. If you're a low-income earner and maybe your salary is just 80,000 naira, oh my God, then you have about 3 or 4 children, and some people even have up to 5 or 6 children. I'm not even talking about those ones. I'm talking about just an average Nigerian who has planned his or her life, but things are not working out due to the situation we find ourselves in. You sincerely have no business with anybody who have 10 children. That is your problem. I'm talking about normal people that have just 3 or 4 children. You are low income earner. You can consider public schools, especially when your children are higher primary. When I'm talking about higher primary, we're talking about primary 4 to 6 and also secondary school level. They've gotten that background. So instead of you to put your child in a private school where you're paying 20,000, or you're going to, I don't even know if there's any private school that collect 15,000 as school fees right now in this country. I don't think so. And even if they are, I can assure you that any private school that is collecting very small amount of school fees will never give you quality education. I can assure you that one is just there. Ask me why. Number one, they cannot afford to employ qualified teachers. Some of them, especially those ones that are in those mushroom areas where the government have not really fished them out. Some of them employ secondary school leavers. Some of them employ people that are not even anywhere related to education. They did not even do education. Nothing concerned them with education. They just want to have staff. They don't even, okay, those private schools that collect very little amount of school fees, if at all there are any, they don't have facilities. That's just the truth. Some of them don't have playground. Some of them don't have laboratory. So what is the essence? Must your child go to a private school? Why don't you look at other ones? Secondly, such private your child going to a private school where there are no facilities is not really advisable. It's not really advisable. Your child won't get quality education. So I'm advising you guys, consider public schools. Okay, but before you consider public schools, I want you to know something. Make your research. Yeah, there are some states in Nigeria that have good public education. They have good public education, like Lagos State. Their public schools are, especially public secondary schools. This topic is talking about secondary schools and higher primary schools, especially public secondary schools. They have good qualified teachers. Their school fees are free, and they give them premium services. Like in a public school, most public schools, especially those in the urban areas, those public schools in the urban areas, they have quality assurance. They always come to check on them. They always come to check on them to see if they are doing things properly. So if you're a low income earner, or you're somebody that cannot really afford a good private school, just respect yourself.
Look at you.
And look for a good public school. And one thing people don't know about education is the input determines the output. Somebody can put his child in a public school and that child will do better than those in private schools. I'm not condemning private school in any way. I'm just talking about people that always borrow money to pay school fees, people that are always stranded. It's not worth it. Consider other options. So when you put that child in a public school, you have to put in more effort, because you have to ensure that that child always attends school. You understand? Because public school might not give you that close monitoring. They might not really call you and say, hey, we did not see your daughter in school, there are many students there, so they might not. So you have to be very careful to ensure that your child always attends school, your child always attend the classes. Also, you have to also ensure that your child also does his assignments. Then you can also supplement by also bringing in a private tutor to your house. That money that you used to pay for school fees, that in fact if you do all these things, I'm telling you, you save a lot of money, and you also get quality education at a cheaper rate. I don't see the essence of putting your child in a school of 150,000 when you cannot afford it. It doesn't make a single sense. So you can get quality education at a very cheaper rate. So just be wise, use your sense. And I think the major reason why some people clamor for private schools, apart from the quality education, is something as frivolous as you want your child to be speaking Fone.
You want your child to be speaking in with Oyinbo voice.
Is that enough reason why you put your child in a school where you cannot afford? If things change and you can afford that school, there's no problem. But as long as you cannot afford it, it's not advisable. So now, before you put your child also in a public school, try and make research. Yes, there are very good public schools, especially at the secondary school level. Like in Abuja now, we have the Orozo Technical College. This technical college, apart from it's a boarding school, and they have boarding facilities and also a day school. Let me tell you, a child in that school can compete with almost any child in whatever private school. They teach these children not just academics. They also teach them on technical skills such as carpentry, sewing. All these things, they are very important, because I don't see the essence. Most graduates now are learning sewing, they are learning carpentry, they are also learning shoemaking. Imagine somebody who go to school and finish to university level to come and start learning sewing. It's not better you learn it while you are still in school? So that Orozo Technical College is very good. In Abuja, I'm talking about Abuja, we have gifted school at Gwagwalada too. We have so many good public schools. So try and put your children in a public school if you cannot afford a good private school. I'm not of the opinion that my child must. You are not competing with anybody. You are not competing. It's nobody's business. At the end of the day, Agbachos are go mine. Do you understand? Yes. So you understand? Research, look for a good private school and put your child. Research, look for a good public school and put your child. Don't be a frivolous person. Put that child in a good public school. Monitor that child's progress, and I can assure you that that child will come out and will see it can compete with anybody, anywhere. You also consider raising up children that are street smart. That's another point. Seriously, children in public schools are street smart. I'm not dissing private school. Please don't take it personal for me. These kids are street smart. They know what's up. You don't want a child that does not know anything. They'll tell you, come, you run, you know. But when you mix with children from the streets, guy, your child is going to be street smart. It's not the one that the kidnappers will call him. You use speed and follow them. So it's another reason you should consider public school. That socialization, that street smartness, because the world that they are going to face is, in fact, the world is not nice. You understand? The world is not, oh, you know, my child is an ajebota, so things will be nice for the child. The child has to face the reality of life. That guy, things are not really easy outside. So mixing with people from different socioeconomic background we really ensure that, unlike when it's mixing with only elite children, because you never know what could happen tomorrow. So I think that's another reason you should consider using public school for your kids. All right. School is going to resume very soon. Please and please don't put yourself under any pressure. You are not competing with any human being. This life is a race. Everybody is running at his own track. Picking way go get sense, though you do your part as a parent. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Even if you don't like it, still give it a thumbs up. Please, you guys, ensure you watch to the end. You people are killing my average retention. Please watch to the end, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and God bless you.